Good morning. Welcome back. We are on day 100 of our journey. Feels so momentous. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. Just as God's Son completes his Father, so your part in it completes your Father's plan. Salvation must reverse the mad belief in separate thoughts and separate bodies, which lead separate lives and go their separate ways. One function shared by separate minds unites them in one purpose, for each one of them is essentially equal to them all. God's will for you is perfect happiness. Why should you choose to go against his will? The part that he has saved for you to take in working out his plan is given you that you might be restored to what he wills. This part is as essential to his plan as to your happiness. Your joy must be complete to let his plan be understood by those to whom he sends you. They will see their function in your shining face and hear God calling to them in your happy laugh. You are indeed essential to God's plan for salvation. Without your joy, his joy is incomplete. Without your smile, the world cannot be saved. While you are sad, the light that God himself appointed as the means to save the world is dim and lusterless, and no one laughs because all laughter can but echo yours. You are indeed essential to God's plan. Just as your light increases every light that shines in heaven, so your joy on earth calls to all minds to let their sorrows go and take their place beside you in God's plan. God's messengers are joyous, and their joy heals sorrow and despair. They are proof that God wills perfect happiness for all who accept their Father's gifts as theirs. We will not let ourselves be sad today, for if we do, we fail to take the part that is essential to God's plan, as well as to our vision. Sadness is the sign that you would play another part instead of what has been assigned to you by God. Thus do you fail to show the world how great the happiness he wills for you, and so you do not recognize that it is yours. Today we will attempt to understand joy is our function here. If you are sad, your part is unfulfilled, and all the world is thus deprived of joy along with you. God asks you to be happy so the world can see how much he loves his Son. He wills no sorrow rises to abate his joy. No fear besets him to disturb his peace. You are God's messenger today. You bring his happiness to all you look upon, his peace to everyone who looks on you and sees his message in your happy face. That's nice. Every year I underline something different. Soon the whole text is underlined. We will prepare ourselves today for this in our 5-minute practice periods by feeling happiness arise in us according to our Father's will and ours. Begin the exercises with the thought today's idea contains. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. Then realize your part is to be happy. Only this is asked of you or anyone who wants to take his place among God's messengers. Think what this means. You have indeed been wrong in your belief that sacrifice is asked. You but receive according to God's plan. You never lose or sacrifice or die. Now let us try to find that joy that proves to us and all the world God's will is for us. It is your function that you find it here and that you find it now. Look for this you came. Let this one be the day that you succeed. Look deep within you, undismayed by all the little thoughts and foolish goals you pass as you ascend to meet the Christ in you. The little thoughts and foolish goals you pass. He will be there and you can reach him now. What would you rather look upon in place of him who waits that you may look on him? What little thought has power to hold you back? What foolish goal can keep you from success when he who calls you to God is himself? He will be there. You are essential to his plan. You are his messenger today, and you must find what he would have you give. Do not forget the idea for today between your hourly practice periods. It is yourself who calls you today, and it is him you answer. Every time you tell yourself you are essential to God's plan for salvation of the world. Yeah, I love that. Let's begin our 5-minute practice. Often people with depression and anxiety are called to spiritual practice because we will feel like this can't be all there is. And that is just such a wonderful, uplifting message. We will not let ourselves be sad today. For if we do, we fail to take the part that is essential to God's plan as well as to our vision. Sadness is the sign that you would rather play another part instead of what has been assigned to you by God. And so we can surrender all of our sadness, all of the sacrifice. We can only receive when we accept our part in God's plan for salvation. And that is just such a wonderful, uplifting message and mantra to hold our meditation. And just sitting together in silence. Waking up the body to enjoy this beautiful day. Let's inhale and exhale, noticing the joy and happiness that we might experience even just for a fleeting moment when we realize, accept, get our brains around. We're probably not all the way there yet, but just taste it for a moment. We can let go of everything by accepting God's will. We might be thinking, how can we be happy if we just surrender to all the things that are bothering us? And we want to come at it from a different, empowered perspective where our consciousness holds total agency. I am the light of the world. The job of the light of the world is to forgive. My forgiveness brings light to the world. Love holds no grievances. Holding grievances interferes with God's plan for salvation. God's will and my will are one. All of the logical steps that Jesus has laid out for us in the previous lessons. My function and my will are one. My function is to be happy. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. As we continue to sit in practice, noticing all of the conflicting thoughts, needs, drives, emotions that arise. My cat is noticing birds out there. Big ones. You got to stay away from magpies, little girl. Noticing how it feels impossible to be joyful, to be happy, unless we have these things. Control over the behavior of others, over the direction of society, over health, weight, children, personal issues. Fix, 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 right? Fix, control, fix, control, fix, control. So, breathing out, what does it feel like, even for a moment, to accept that Jesus' words here are true? My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. And therein lies the practice of faith. We believe that this is true. We have to choose to believe this. We have to choose this way of leading our lives. Why is our part essential? Your joy must be complete to let His plan be understood by those to whom He sends you. They will see their function in your shining face and hear God calling to them in your happy laugh. This is something Paul refers to in Scripture. They will know we are Christians by our love. That's what's meant here. We don't need to convert people and punish them and push them. We need to shine the light of the world with our forgiveness around us. That's our job. That's it. Pretty awesome. Taking up the obligation we have to God here. We are essential. Without our joy, His joy is incomplete. Without our smile, the world cannot be saved. While I am sad, the light that God Himself appointed as the means to save the world is dim and lusterless. No one laughs, because all laughter can but echo yours. So taking up our responsibility here, we're not just receivers and helpless people struggling to find a spiritual meaning. We got a job, a big job, a very important, appreciated job. So soldier up. Thank you for joining me today for lesson 100. Feels like an epic lesson. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for lesson 101. Bye-bye.